Definitely got a lot to talk about here. The SAG-AFTRA strike is it's really serious. It's actually the longest it's been going on in history. To be exact, a little over 123 days now. And this was posted today from the InsideTheMagic.net. And if you look here on the webpage, look who's at the forefront. Venom. That's because Insomniac Games could be possibly getting affected by this whole strike thing that's going on right now. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. Sorry, not including that amazing intro that was made for me by one of my followers, but I just kind of want to jump right into it. Anyways, if you're new to the channel, welcome to News to Astonish, where we discuss comics, movies, games, and more. My name is Ronnie. And today we're going to be talking about the strike and how it could be possibly affecting video games. Yes, that's right. I never thought it would come to this, and I didn't think video games would be a target. But if you really think about it, it kind of makes sense, sadly, because, well, who are the people that bring the characters to life? Voice actors, and of course, motion capture actors. And a lot of these voice actors also do the mocap. So it would make sense that they would also want to protest along with all the others people that are out on strike with their picket signs and everything like that. I would like to say leave video games alone, but at the same time I understand. But let's go ahead and get into the details. And before I do that, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click on the bell notifications so y'all don't miss anything. Join my Discord. Invitation link to that is in the description, and follow me on my social media, which you can also find the links to in the description box as well. So InsideTheMagic.net reads as follows: the WGA, Writers Guild of America, and SAG-AFTRA, Screen Actors Guild, and American Federation of Television and Radio Arts have been ongoing for months with presumably no end in sight. The writer's strike began on May 2nd, with the actors joining the fray on July 14th. SAG has now sent out a strike vote to the video game industry, which would cause an entire entertainment shutdown. And many studios have already been severely impacted by the industry strikes, with many having to halt their productions completely. Marvel is one of the biggest companies to be hit, as they recently reworked their entire Disney Plus schedule, which they desperately need. I know that's an entirely different conversation separate from this, which really the main focus here is Insomniac, and I know a lot of you guys must be very concerned about. But one other thing that I want to mention, and it's sort of a semi-shameless plug-in in here, if you can call it that, but part of the reason why I'm making this video is because I want to let you all know that not only will I be doing Marvel Spider-Man 2 videos, because eventually Marvel Spider-Man 2 is going to die out, where like people are not going to be watching those streams anymore, because, you know, eventually the game will be a little older. And being that my channel is mainly focused on Marvel Spider-Man 2, I do want to talk about other things. And I would appreciate your support if you guys would check out those videos as well, because I'm going to start bringing more videos, different kinds of videos. Of course, I'm going to be pushing a lot of Wolverine videos because that game's coming out as well. But also MCU stuff. So if any of you guys who watch my channel like Marvel stuff, MCU stuff, I'm definitely going to be making more of those videos, and they're going to be coming really, really soon. Continuing on with the article, all around the country, writers and actors are joining the picket lines to strike for fair deals, especially regarding the residuals from streaming services. Many actors and writers feel the presence of AI has threatened their livelihood, along with the streaming companies now paying out proper residuals. Many companies have kept their streaming numbers a secret, and though many properties have been viewed by millions of times, it does not equate to adequate pay for those artists who have worked on the shows and movies that have reached that level of popularity. So I don't know if I ever felt like I needed to give my stance on AI tech. As you know it, AI has clearly advanced. It's come a long way, right? It's only getting better, and it's kind of scary how quickly they improve upon AI, especially nowadays. It's almost to the point where, like, it's not really discernible from AI to a voice. I mean, there are some, I guess you can say, aspects of AI where you can tell that it's actually AI, but other times it does sound kind of genuine. But my stance on AI as far as this goes, I think AI should be used in a way where it's, I guess you can say, it's safe and it's allowed, depending on the person that you're trying to emulate. So if you're trying to emulate a certain actor who that you really like, I think you should seek out permission. Or if you're simply using it for parody, like I did, I only did it once. You all probably saw my April Fool's video of me interviewing Yuri Lowenthal. I don't think Yuri Lowenthal would have liked it, but at least you should all know that I did it for parody, and parody is perfectly legal and it's in the copyright law. So before you say anything, it's like, oh, I can't believe you did that anyway. Well, I mean, you have the right to parody. It's perfectly legal and it's perfectly fine. It's safe. Nobody was hurt in the process, but that's just my stance. I think AI should be used responsibly, as long as no one's getting hurt, as long as you're not infringing on the rights of anybody, and as long as you're just doing it in good and fun. I mean, aside from that, studios going in the direction of utilizing AI to use the likeliness of other actors and of actors and their voices and their talents, I think it's a disgusting move because, a lot of these actors, they're basically employed once they get hired for a role of a movie. They're employed. Also, these writers as well. Things must be so bad for them to go on strike. I mean, I'm betting like the pay is like real caca, like real doo-doo right now for them, that they have to go on strike. So the fact that the studios are ignoring the fact that these people are like gonna go hungry soon, and they're gonna probably lose their homes because they're striking, and they're willing to do that, and these studios are willing to let that draw out, is abhorrent and just completely disgusting. But I just wanted to give my 2 cents on that as well. So take Squid Game, for example. For instance, it was reported that the show's creator, Hwang Dong-hyuk, sorry if I mispronounced that, was not paid royalties for the show, which was streamed for a record of 1.65 billion hours. The show alone raised the value of Netflix by $900 million, though its creator was not given the proper pay that should have equated to his show being the #1 most streamed in Netflix history. Which, again, great point. Yeah, where the hell are these writers' royalties and the creators' royalties? It's a real shame that they don't get that. These issues, along with many hours, have been at the core of their strikes. Now SAG is sending out strike authorizations to members of popular video game studios, which really sucks, and it's sad. And I actually have that here. Look at the trending stuff. Spider-Man 2 PS5 is trending. But anyways, I wanted to show you this lift just to give you an idea of about like how serious this really is. And this tweet is from American Truck Songs 9. And it says that the SAG-AFTRA votes send strike authorization to members ahead of negotiations with video game companies, including Activision, EA, Warner Brothers, and more. And the entire list is right here. So I don't know if this is the entire list, but I think there's probably more than that. But Activision Productions, Inc., Blindlight LLC, Disney Characters Voice Inc., Electronic Arts Production Inc., Epic Games, Formosa Interactive LLC, Insomnia Games Inc., Take-Two Productions Inc., VoiceWorks Productions Inc., and WB Games Inc. It's all there. SAG-AFTRA is full of actors participating in both films and shows, but the video game industry has yet to join in the strikes. Thousands of voice actors also lend their talent to video game companies, so it makes perfect sense for them to strike for a fair deal to compensate them adequately. SAG has now sent out strike authorizations to those voice actors. Many video game studios that would be directly affected by the strikes would be the Insomnia Games, Warner Brothers, and pretty much the list that I read already beforehand. So should the SAG actors from the video game industry join the striking actors in the show business, it would cause a complete entertainment shutdown. There have been reports recently that the AMPTP, Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers, have met with the WGA and SAG leaders, but nothing has moved in a positive direction. The hope would be that the strikes would conclude by the end of the year, but that does not seem like the case currently. The writers and actors in show business and now the video game industry appear to be in this for the long run, and studios will have to find some common ground eventually, or it will halt everything for the foreseeable future. These studios have to be some of the most ridiculous and dumbest people in the entire world. Like true, actual room temperature, IQ, and really just a bunch of troglodytes in the end. How is it that, like, you know what, we're not going to abide by their demands, or we're not going to go ahead and listen to them? And how is it that they're going to keep that mentality and go like, yeah, we don't want to listen to them, we don't want to work with these people? You do realize, you dumbass studios, is that if you don't have your writers, you can't make movies, right? Like, there's going to come a time where, like, nothing new is coming out and you're not generating revenue, and you're going to be like, okay, you know what, we cave. We have to talk to these people. And the video game industry, I know it hasn't started yet, but when it eventually and inevitably does, You better hope that you can work something out, because you need these writers and these artists and these people that have so much talent to bring your stories to life. You need these people. Okay, like you really do. So I hope you're just not as stubborn as they are, and because what they're doing, what these studios are doing, not listening to these people that are going on strike, is completely asinine. Like honestly, it's really stupid. I can't believe this. I can't believe it's come to this. So the last industry strike was in 2007, 2008. I remember that one. And it lasted 100 days. The WGA strike has been going on since May 2nd, 123 days since the organization went on strike. There is no end in sight, and it appears that the video game industry will also join. This could get even uglier if the actors in the video game industry join. So what do you think of the SAG video game actors joining the strike? Let the Inside Magic know in the comments section below. Again, this is from the InsideTheMagic.net. You can find the article. I'll leave a link to it. The first thing that really came to mind was like, oh shit, you know, like, because Venom showed up on the webpage right there, and I'm like, this is really scary. But I just hope it doesn't come to that where, you know, they're already targeting the video game industry, but it hasn't even begun yet. I just hope it doesn't like escalate to that point. Also, one other thing to those of you who are concerned, I did post something in my community tab. I talked about, you know, I said, oh no, you know, I doubt that the release of Marvel Spider-Man 2 will be affected. But I don't know. I don't think the actors will be able to promote the game moving forward. This is not good. Well, I have a good idea that the game is not going to be affected. However, PlayStation, Sony can still proceed to promote the game. That's their job. They're supposed to do that. Whether the actors are involved in it or not, truthfully, they don't care. They're going to promote the game because they know Spider-Man sells. So they're going to do whatever it takes to get that game out there. And it's already shown. I mean, it's really hard to get the console covers or the remote control for the PlayStation 5 of the Spider-Man 2 limited edition covers and control. The game is selling like hotcakes already. The collector's editions are a bit hard to find, but really you can go to the PlayStation Direct right now and order the collector's edition if you wanted to. But whether or not the actors are a part of promoting this game or not, PlayStation's going to go on with or without them, no matter what, and they're going to push this game forward. So I'm not really worried about Marvel Spider-Man 2 being delayed or not, which it's not. It's still slated for October 20th. It's not going to get delayed, so you guys have nothing to worry about. What I am worried about is any future DLCs for Marvel Spider-Man 2, and of course Wolverine, which is down the pipeline for Insomniac Games. That game is slated to be released sometime probably in 2025. That's if the strike is going on still, which I don't think it will be, and I hope it won't. But as of now, you guys don't really have much to worry about when it comes to the video game industry. I don't know if it's going to escalate. I don't really think so. There's a possibility, but still, I don't really think it's going to come to that point. And Marvel Spider-Man 2, I don't think it's going to be affected. So sorry if I gave you a scare, or sorry if you had, you know, any doubts, or you thought that this was like concrete or whatever, but I knew in the back of my mind that it wasn't really concrete yet. But the fact that they're already targeting the video game industry is kind of scary, because, you know, we as regular folks, we really want some entertainment in the back end during our miserable lives. But anyway, guys, you let me know your thoughts about this. Comment down below. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click on the bell notifications so y'all don't miss anything. And as always, I will see you all in the next comic panel.